Welcome back, everyone, to MOAA's Advocacy Update. I'm Cory Titus on the Government Relations team, and I'm joined by Dan Mary, our Vice President. So we're fortunate to have Dan joining us today because in a past life, when he was in the Air Force, he was actually the lead on personnel compensation and oversaw the BAH side of things for them. So Dan, we just got the new BAH rates for 2024. What can service members expect to see on their paychecks?
Well, across the board, nationwide, not overseas, the BAH is up 5.4% next year, which is going to help a lot of people, but we're still behind the 100% BAH. As they get that increment, they're really only getting 95% of the final number.
Exactly. That 5.4%, is that going to be everywhere, or how does that figure actually work out?
That's the average. It could be higher at a little places and it'll be lower in some others. And there are a few places that won't have a BAH adjustment because they might have been adjusted recently.
Right, and this actually, it changes whether they have dependents or not because the housing profiles are a little bit different, right?
Right, the with dependent rate gets a little bit more. And if it's mill to mill, the ranking member gets the BAH with dependent rate.
Exactly, important. So it's not always just that straight 5.4%.
Right.
So, but are the BAH rates the true cost of what it really takes to live in a location?
Not really, because where people live, and some of them want to find the better schools, usually where they want to live costs more. And if they're trying to get within their budget using the BAH as their factor, they're going to probably have to move further away from the installations.
And that's because they're not actually getting 100% of what it costs
exactly.
to live there.
Yeah, DOD decremented the entire BAH by 5% across the board over time, and we're still stuck at 95%. We need to get that other 5% made up back because housing is becoming increasingly more expensive everywhere.
So break this down to an actual service member's paycheck.
Sure.
So an E5 with dependents, what does that look like?
With the increase, they're going to lose up to $1,400 a year, and they take that out of their pocket. And when you're younger in the E3 ranks, you're still trying to find your way, and new relationships and everything else. There's a lot of stress in a family when they're trying to make up that big of a difference. Now, for an O3, a captain, it's the same situation for a lot of them. They might be a little bit junior too. They're new into the military generally, and they're going to lose $1,700 a year. So those are big gaps to make up.
Yeah, that 5% decrement really takes a big toll. That's a lot of money for a young family.
Right. Well, for over a couple of years, we've been working on this hard, and I know, Cory, you've been kind of leading the charge on this. And so what are we doing about it right now?
Yeah, so this is something that was actually one of our lead issues for advocacy and action last year. So we brought in members from all over the country, flew in and made sure every member of Congress became aware of this issue. But it's not a one-day thing. We need to make sure that we're constantly beating that drum. And I think there's a real opportunity with the work the Quality of Life panel in the House is doing to make a dent in this and begin to bring that back to 100%. And fortunately, everyone back at home can make a big difference on this. So if you want to help and are interested in this issue, go to our Legislative Action Center, register to be an advocate, and fill out that BH Restoration Act call to action. Lawmakers need to hear from you on this issue. So thanks so much for joining us. And Dan, you as well.
Yeah.
And be sure to like and subscribe and come back next week.
Thank you.
See you then.